at the revamped Ibom Paint Factory located in Itinan local. Poor disaster preparedness has been cited, with forecasts predicting more rainfall in the affected areas. We trust that adequate measures are in place to manage any arising challenges. Ibrahim Hussein, Acting Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, affirms their readiness. Strategic partnerships like these enhance the sector's viability, attracting investors and driving consistent growth. The results speak through improved performance and impactful reports, signaling a promising path forward. During a press briefing in Ibadan, Joseph Volubli Adelaya, Customs Area Controller for the Oyo Osun Command, emphasized the critical role of registered pharmacists in safeguarding public health. He made the remarks while showcasing seized pharmaceutical products worth approximately 40 million naira. The Niger Postal Service has reached a major milestone in revenue collection and anti-smuggling efforts. From March 2025 to the present, the command has generated over 25 billion naira, marking an impressive 26.67% increase despite the current economic challenges.
In light of the ongoing economic reforms, the command has successfully collected the sum of 25 billion 777,379,328 naira 17 kobo, covering the period of March to May, which represents an increase of 36.67% when compared to the sum of 18,168,204,255 naira 4 kobo collected in the same period of the year 2024.
The command credits its growth to stronger enforcement tactics and expanded awareness programs targeting youth engagement. These initiatives aim to safeguard lives and support local industries. Recently, authorities seized 1,650 units of motor spirits along with used tires and compressors. They also confiscated cannabis sativa and unregistered pharmaceutical products valued at 40 million naira. The total worth of all seized goods is estimated to exceed 45 million naira.
The message is simple. They should be more patriotic and they should have the fear of God, because fake drugs exacerbate the problem of patients. When you give patients fake drugs, at the end of the day, most of them die. This is a festive period, and this is Salah celebration. More than ever before, we should turn a new leaf. Those smugglers should turn a new leaf and find another legitimate job to do. That is my message.
The command thanked the customs management for its support and called on citizens to remain vigilant and collaborate with the service to eliminate contraband and safeguard the nation. On to education now. The National Universities Commission, NUC, has announced that universities under the Africa Center of Excellence for Development Impact Project, known as the ACE project, have earned over $114 million through performance-based disbursements, grants, and partnerships since 2019. The ACE Impact Initiative has established 17 centers of excellence in key areas such as health, cybersecurity, renewable energy, and agriculture, all aimed at generating revenue, creating jobs, and driving impactful research. The project has also fostered over 452 industry partnerships, improved infrastructure, and enhanced digital learning. The NUC Executive Secretary, Professor Abdullahi Ribadu, speaking at a meeting in Abuja, described the project as a major driver of economic growth and innovation within the higher education sector.
Through ACE, these centers have attained international accreditation and attracted global recognition to their host universities, raised some substantial external funding, including private sector investments and research grants, and made their mark on the global academic map. In addition, research from the centers has led to patents, innovations, and policy contributions that are directly influencing sectors like public health, agriculture, and renewable energy, among others. We also celebrate the remarkable strides in university governance, financial management, and digital transformation brought about through institutional support provided under the project.
In Nigeria's ministries, many workers are career civil servants expected to advance through seniority and qualifications. Yet, the system remains troubled by politically motivated appointments, nepotism, and widespread corruption, issues that continue to affect both the civil service and the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The Nigerian government is once again facing calls to prioritize comprehensive civil service reform, with renewed emphasis on merit-based appointments over political considerations. The appeal came from a senior public administration expert and permanent secretary during the launch of his new book titled Leadership in Nigeria's Public Service, held in Abuja. Nigeria's civil service, long regarded as the backbone of public administration, is largely comprised of career professionals expected to progress through the ranks based on experience and qualifications. However, the system continues to grapple with entrenched issues such as political interference, nepotism, and systemic corruption. Despite successive administrations introducing reform initiatives, lasting transformation remains out of reach. Notably, President Bola Tinubu's directive to implement long-standing civil society proposals aimed at streamlining governance and reducing public spending has so far yielded limited results. Critics argue that instead of shrinking, the government's administrative structure continues to balloon, with new agencies being created and appointments allegedly favoring individuals with political ties. Similarly, the Treasury Single Account (TSA), introduced during the Buhari administration to consolidate government revenue and promote transparency, has fallen short in significantly curbing financial malpractice within the public sector. Public policy analysts, including Dr. Degree, have condemned the ongoing sidelining of competent professionals in favor of politically connected individuals, warning that such practices threaten the efficiency and credibility of Nigeria's public institutions.
In the day-to-day operations of MDAs, the line between the political class and public servants has now become so blurred, and their cooperation so seamless, that it is often difficult to distinguish the initiators, the aiders, the executor, and the beneficiaries of corruption. Ask any integrity-driven accounting officer of an MDA, be it a permanent secretary or chief executive officer of an agency, who is approaching retirement, what they look forward to the most. In 9 out of 10, their response will be that their greatest relief is the prospect of being finally free from the so-called oversight of the numerous committees of the National Assembly.
Modibo Umar, Special Advisor to the General Duties Office of the Vice President of Nigeria, has reaffirmed the federal government's unwavering dedication to overhauling the civil service. Speaking at a recent forum, he emphasized that ongoing reforms are geared toward enhancing transparency, strengthening institutional efficiency, and restoring public trust in the nation's administrative framework.
We cannot leave the future to chance. We must prepare the next generation of leaders, not just by inviting them to decision-making tables, but by guiding them to understand the gravity of service. Leadership is not performance. It is sacrifice, and sacrifice cannot be taught in theory.
Deborah Odo, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Head of Service, emphasized the importance of innovation and accountability in Nigeria's civil service reform. She stated that efforts like this provide valuable guidance, serving as a roadmap for future generations striving toward a rule-based and performance-driven public sector. Her remarks highlight the ongoing commitment to building an efficient, transparent, and forward-looking civil service that meets the evolving needs of the nation.
As we continue the march towards an innovative, rule-based, and performance-driven civil service, intellectual efforts such as this will serve as a compass for future generations.
Experts and stakeholders insist that recruitment, promotions, and appointments within the public sector must be strictly merit-based to enhance performance and improve service delivery. A heartbreaking tragedy has struck Doka community in Kaduna State, where 11 children lost their lives after a sand heap collapsed on them. According to eyewitnesses, the children were digging for sand to make mud bricks when the pit caved in. This occurred in Yasuke, a village in the Kauru local government area of Kaduna State. The entire community is now in mourning. Reports indicate that all the victims were Almajiri children, aged between 4 and 9. They had been helping to excavate sand used in producing sun-dried bricks, a common building material in the area. The Nigerian news observed that most of the homes in the village are made from these mud bricks. In response to the incident, officials from the state government visited the affected community and delivered relief materials to help cushion the impact of the tragedy.
About 11 people that died inside this place. So now we are about to tell the people to be careful walking here, because anything can happen because the hole is too deep.
They used to have this kind of mud blocks here. So in the course or in the process, these barrow feet fall on them. So that was what led to their death, and that 11 of them and some were injured. And right now they are in the hospital.
As the rainfall intensifies, most brick houses require constant repairs to prevent total collapse. However, the demand for sand to produce modern bricks is also increasing. As a precaution, the Kaduna state government has advised residents to avoid areas prone to mudslides. Officials have assured that proactive measures will be taken to prevent a recurrence of such incidents. The youths of Owukpa extend their heartfelt appreciation to the Right Honorable Dr. Chief Philip Agbe for his financial and other forms of support, channeled through Honio Prince Onu, the former chairman of Ogbadibo local government area, Benue State. In light of the recent kidnapping and Fulani-related crisis in the Owukpa community, we commend your swift intervention and commitment to our welfare. On behalf of the president of Owukpa Youths, Honorable Ojema Agada, we also extend our gratitude to our honorable representatives of the Ado, Okpoku, and Ogbadibo Federal Constituency. Once again, we sincerely thank you, the Deputy Spokesman of the House of Representatives, for your unwavering support. Rays of Hope, Agbese's swift aid bolsters Owukpa youths after violent attacks. In the shadow of recent trauma inflicted by kidnapping and suspected Fulani herdsmen attacks, the youth of Owukpa community have found a beacon of support in the Deputy Spokesman of the House of Representatives, Honorable Chief Dr. Philip Agbese. Expressing profound gratitude, the Owukpa youth leadership has publicly acknowledged significant financial assistance delivered swiftly by Hon Agbese through Honorable Prince Onu, the immediate past chairman of Ogbadibo Local Government Council. This vital support arrived as the community grapples with the heavy burden and lingering effects of the violent incidents. Recognizing Owukpa within his Ado Ogbadibo Okpoku Federal Constituency, Honda Agbese moved with characteristic speed and compassion. His intervention, described by the youths as timely and crucial, aims to alleviate the suffering and aid the community's recovery process. Honorable Agbese is known for his timely intervention whenever needs arise, stated Hondio Ojema Agada, speaking on behalf of the Owukpa Youth's president. We deeply acknowledge the financial assistance rendered to our community in this hour of need. Agada formally conveyed the youth's appreciation, highlighting the lawmakers' presence during their critical period. We send our heartfelt appreciation message to our honorable member representing Ado, Ogbadibo, and Okpoku Federal Constituency. We sincerely thank him for making himself available and responsive to us at this critical period. The attack on Owukpa, part of Honyor Agbese's constituency, underscores the persistent security challenges facing Benue communities. The deputy spokesman's prompt action, channeled effectively through the former council chairman Honyor Onu, demonstrates a direct link between federal representation and grassroots relief in times of crisis. While the scars of the attack remain, the tangible support from their representative has injected a measure of hope and solidarity into the Owukpa community, particularly its youth, as they begin the difficult journey towards healing and rebuilding. Honorable Agbese's gesture will go a long way in this trying moment of the community. Honorable Chief Dr. Philip Agbese is known for his commitment to standing with his constituents when they need it most. Breaking news, Akwa Ibom Governor declares state of emergency, appoints sole administrator for Ibom Paint Factory. On June 4, 2025, Governor Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State declared a state of emergency at the revamped Ibom Paint Factory located in Itinan local government area, formerly known as Peacock Paints. This move is part of his administration's effort to revive the factory and boost job creation. Governor Eno also appointed his senior special assistant on entrepreneurial development, Honorable Ime Uwa, as the sole administrator of the company. The announcement was made during the commissioning of the renovated manufacturing facility. The governor praised Honorable Uwa for his dedication to the factory's restructuring and commended Pastor Imo Abasi Jacob, managing director of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, Aki Corp, for supporting the government's vision. Recalling the revival effort, Governor Eno said, "I declared a state of emergency on Ibom Paint, and Hon Im Uwa is running this factory and has produced results in the last 3 months. This factory will engage our youth, and it is important we keep it alive." He directed all state government projects to patronize Ibom Paint and pledged continued partnership with Akai Corp to ensure optimal functioning of state-owned enterprises. This announcement comes months after Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State amid political turmoil. Governor Eno also addressed rumors about his political future, emphasizing his commitment to remain connected to the people regardless of his party affiliation. I am Udume Chibueze. Please hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, and share it with 5 people. Thank you for watching.
Of a bachelor's degree, Rep. Ononuga firmly believed that Nigeria's leadership should reflect the country's educational values. In her lead debate on general purpose of the bill during the plenary on Tuesday, February 13, she argued if a managing director in a company cannot hold office without a university degree, why should political officers be exempt? Ononuga's commitment to her constituency went beyond legislative initiatives. She took an active role in improving infrastructure and well-being of our constituents. One notable achievement was the facilitation of the 22-kilometer Shagamu-Oko-Ada Road, which is aimed at greatly improving transportation across her community. Ononuga was honored with the title of Yeye Oba of Makun in 2020, reflecting the profound respect she earned as a leader in her community. Her focus on youth empowerment was exemplified by her sponsorship of initiatives like the capacity building on artificial intelligence and robotic camp, which trains secondary students in STEM. Ononuga recognized the importance of technological education in shaping the future of Nigeria's youth, saying, "With what I have seen today, I am convinced that we are doing something right to change the narrative." Rep. Ononuga's legacy is defined by her unwavering commitment to improving the lives of Nigerians, particularly women and youth. Known for her blend of humanity and strength, she became a powerful voice for women, youth, and marginalized groups. As the only female among 20 principal officers of the 10th Assembly, She broke barriers and demonstrated that women can play a pivotal role in shaping the future of Nigeria. Right Honorable Ononuga's life and career embodied a legacy of transformative leadership, guided by courage in the face of adversity, compassion for those that she served, and an unyielding commitment to advancing the welfare of her people. Her impact will resonate for generations to come. She is survived by her mother, children, grandchildren, and many loved ones. Though her passing on January 15 remains a monumental loss, may her memory continue to inspire change, leadership, and empowerment across Nigeria and beyond. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Benue on brink, charismatic bishops demand Tinubu declare state of emergency amid killings. A group of Catholic priests has expressed grave concern over the escalating violence and killings in Benue State and other parts of Nigeria, calling on President Bola Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in the state. The priests, under the aegis of the Charismatic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, at a World Press Conference on Wednesday, condemned the persistent attacks on innocent citizens, particularly in the Middle Belt region, and urged the government to take immediate action to address the crisis. Their call for action comes on the heels of threats made against Bishop Wilfred Chikpa Anagbe, the Catholic Bishop of Makurdi Diocese, who has been vocal about the plight of the people in Benue State. In his address, Bishop Leonard Bature Kawas, the President General of the group, expressed solidarity with their fellow bishop who has faced backlash for speaking out against the atrocities committed against defenseless communities. The statement highlighted the devastating impact of the violence on the people of Benue State, including the destruction of homes, churches, and livelihoods. The priests emphasized that the situation has been ongoing since 2001, with the frequency and brutality of the attacks increasing over the years. In light of the dire situation, the priests are urging President Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in Benue State and take concrete steps to address the crisis. They emphasize the need for the government to protect its citizens and ensure that those responsible for the violence are held accountable. The priests' call for action is not limited to the government. They are also appealing to the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, civil society organizations, and the international community to join them in condemning the violence and advocating for the safety and rights of the people of Benue State. The recent spate of insecurity in our nation is so worrisome that one would wonder if this is not the same Nigeria that silenced the dreaded Liberian rebels and sent peacekeepers all over West Africa who were exceptional in carrying out their duties and earned accolades wherever they were assigned, Bishop Kawa said. We stand with Bishop Wilfred Chikpa Anagbe in his courageous stance against the atrocities committed against our people. As shepherds of the flock, it is our duty to speak out against injustice and defend the dignity of human life.
We are worried about the insecurity that we face in our country today. We are worried because the killings of Nigerians in many parts of our nation has assumed an alarming proportion. An alarming proportion. I beg your pardon. And it is very, very, very disheartening to see that in some states like Benue, it is as if there is no government. The state called Benue is right now at war. Every day the killings have reached a proportion where, and this is where we as clergymen are worried, because in over 7 states in Benue, in the last couple of months, no church service has held in those local governments. And we have evidence of what we are saying. People are running helter-skelter. They have been chased away from their places of abode. If you are insistent on staying, you will be killed. Refugee camps are swelling, internally displaced people are multiplying. And we are saying to our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that the time for people to be playing politics with the lives of Nigerians is over. Therefore, if Mr. President could declare a state of emergency in Rivers State that had less crisis, what is stopping Mr. President from declaring a state of emergency in a place like Benue and a few other states that are already at war? The machine guns, the military-style equipment, anti-aircraft equipment that is being used in Benue State and a few other states in Nigeria clearly says that war is on ground. And so there is no reason why Mr. President will not and cannot declare a state of emergency there. We are saying, and we are stating here unequivocally, that Mr. President should do all that is needed to be done, all that is necessary, including inviting assistance from the international community where it is necessary, to ensure that the current killings of
Nigeria and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are backing you. You must do it and do it now. Our President General, Professor Leonard Baturi-Kawas, just said, Mr. President declared a state of emergency in Rivers State that had less crisis. In Benue State, even the State Assembly is so splitted and divided, they cannot even come together and take a decision on this matter. They can't sit. So it is outrightly impossible for Benue State to continue like this. We are losing too many lives, and we're also losing. Benue State is the agricultural hub of the nation. Our farmers are losing too much. And finally, we want to say this, that we must confess to Mr. President, the father of the nation, that what is the turning point for the church in Nigeria concerning this particular administration. The turning point for the church in Nigeria is the point at which Mr. President started making quality appointments, and he was making these appointments with equitability. Quality and equitable appointments across religious divides, especially the appointment of our own very one Senator Dr. George Akume as the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. That was the turning point for us. It now gave us an understanding that Mr. President wants to put together a quality team, and we believe in his team, and we believe that this team will be able to lead Nigeria to a promised land. So we want to ask that, Mr. President, we are standing by you, as our President General said.
The persistent killings, displacement, and trauma inflicted on our communities are a grave affront to humanity, and we will not be silenced. The situation in Benue State has become unbearable. Innocent citizens are being killed, their homes burned, and their livelihoods destroyed. The government's inaction is deafening, and it seems as though the lives of our people are of little consequence. We cannot continue to watch as our communities are ravaged by violence and destruction. We urge that President Bola Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in Benue State to address the catastrophic situation on the ground. The government must act swiftly to protect its citizens, hold perpetrators accountable, and bring an end to the bloodshed. We will not stand idly by while our people are slaughtered like animals. It is time for decisive action, not empty words. For more updates like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss a breaking story. If you're watching on TikTok, double tap the screen, leave a comment, and let us know what you think. Your voice matters, and your support keeps us going.